listening?
Yeah, actually, it's my dad. I just
Where's it?
can say
Oh,
hi.
is he back there?
Yeah, he came
Where?
with me on my showing.
That's way
He's
up.
right here. Say hi.
Where is he
There you
at?
go.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
Just came out with her on her
He
showing.
just wanted to see what I do,
Okay.
because not
Okay.
he's not clear on how I could do both at the same time.
You're a
Yeah.
beast.
Nice. Wow.
Now, but there's a bigger journey that you're on a mission to do as well as real estate. Can you share a little bit about that with us?
Yes, well, simultaneously with doing my 26 years of real estate, I've also been doing about 25 years of advocating for my wrongfully convicted father. So I would love to see the system shift and change and correct itself, because it is highly, highly corrupt. And my mission now is to really expose the people that did this to my father.
Mhm.
That's my first goal.
Mhm.
Somebody's got to pay for
Be some kind of
what they did to my father, what they did to my family, it made it 10 times harder for me in real estate to focus on what I'm doing at the same time of trying to get my dad out of the horrible situation that he was in.
And this is just recent. This just recently him being released from being wrongfully convicted, correct?
Yes.
Share
And
with us. Share with us a
it
little
took
bit.
25 years. It took me 25 years. Now, had I had a bank account of I don't know, 10, 20 million at my access, probably would have gone much faster. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about the case where this woman ran over the 2 kids in Westlake, but 2.5 years later, she still hasn't even had a trial. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. If I ran over 2 kids in Westlake Village, I would have been in jail that day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, that day. Forget about any bail. Okay, I'm just saying it's not fair the way the system is run by whoever has the larger. In this case, it was a celebrity last name. Whoever has the most money and had the celebrity name, that's usually the person that comes out ahead. Unfortunately,
a celebrity was involved in this case with your dad, and so
it was a celebrity's it was a celebrity's wife, ex-wife at that. I'm not belittling it, but I'm saying it was a famous musician's ex-wife.
So take us down there without getting into too much detail so the viewers can clearly get a better picture of what happened to your dad and understand the reason that you're fighting for change, reformation.
So which part do you want to understand? Like what happened, or
a little bit about as much as
basically there. Okay, yes, because obviously I can't share everything because of the legalities, but basically they railroaded my father between the DA at the time and the corrupt current judge that's currently a judge, and the DA and the coroner who was corrupt and paid to do certain things like change the report after 2 or 3 years later without even consulting any witnesses or anything. He didn't even look at a report, and he just arbitrarily changed it. Now, how does somebody it goes from accidental to homicide because it's one person that people have faith in. He just puts in writing on his letterhead that's misspelled at that, to change somebody's entire life, to put my dad away for 25 years because of somebody decided to pay this man and actually get it done. Now, they had their own reasons to elevate their careers, etc. And this person has become a judge just because she got my dad convicted. But I'm just saying there's so much corruption, not just with my father's case, with many cases. Yeah. Many cases, not just
Can you share what your father was wrongly convicted of?
Oh, yes, I can share that. Yes, they said he murdered his girlfriend in the pool. Now,
in the what?
Any normal person in a swimming pool. There was nobody. First of all, my dad has had so many different girlfriends that were all beautiful. I've met them personally because I lived with my dad. but he was a strong businessman. There was no reason for him to kill anybody in his pool. He enjoyed his pool like every other person on a weekend, decompressing from work. In any case, because of who it was, and they adamantly insisted that she didn't swim, but on contrary, her sons were, well, I can't even mention any names, but I'm saying even the sons knew that he was teaching her how to swim. So we all know if you have a couple of drinks, you might get a little more, I don't know, you may be thinking differently, that you might be an amazing swimmer, but when you're not. In any case, I don't know what was in her system. All her medical records are gone, but I'm just explaining to you that my dad had no motive for killing anybody, especially his girlfriend that he just started dating and liked. Okay.
Yeah. So she accidentally drowned in the pool, and then they want to pin him as if he actually.
They pin it on. Yes. Yes. They pin it on my dad. Okay. There's no reason why. Absolutely no motive whatsoever.
How big of a celebrity was this individual without giving a name? Like if you mention their name,
top, like well known all over the entire Europe, here, everywhere, and yes, it's a famous, one of the most famous families, on the planet.
Gotcha.
So with that said, and then you can Google me, anybody can Google me and my last name, and it comes right up. And so imagine me, I'm in real estate and I'm trying to go on listing appointments and all this crap comes up under my name too. I could have been so much further along in real estate if I didn't have this weighing me down. I never let it clarify who I was. I just kept on moving.
Yes.
And the other family claims they didn't make it because of what happened to their mom. Well, imagine if I said that. Imagine if I said, oh, well, you know what? My dad was wrongfully convicted, so I'm just not going to do anything with my career. But I shouldn't even say that. But I'm just so upset about everything that has happened. And there's been no grace for my dad for 26 years. And so on my next phase, I'm just going to make sure that everybody's exposed and everybody who did what they did to my father will eventually, the world will know. The world will know. And I'm starting right here with you. You're my first podcast.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go. We appreciate having you. So what was the turning point in which you were able to get him released?
This wonderful woman. First of all, I do want to call some names. So Harlan Braun, he's the one who was my dad's original attorney who basically botched the entire case by not calling any witness, not a single witness.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. And Dr. Michael Bohana, who's the most famous forensic pathologist in the world, put down in writing several times every few years that my dad is innocent. Now, just to give you background on Dr. Michael Bohana, he's done like Prince's autopsy, JFK. The list is so long that we'd be on the phone for an hour. But in any case, he's advocating for my dad, as he has been since day one. It's just that Harlan Braun he ended up working for that family 2 years later, and I have reason to believe that he set this whole thing up. Like he purposely didn't call the appropriate people. He wasn't working hard on my dad's behalf, and hopefully he will pay. That's all I'm saying. But I probably got straight off the rail there. What were you asking me?
What was the question? Shoot, I don't know. I think both of our mouths are.
I know, I'm so sorry. I have a lot in my head about
the question.
I have a lot in my head.
Yeah, the question was, what was the actual turning point that he was able to be released?
Right.
Okay, so after, I don't know, $800,000 later, let's see, we finally found Ellen Edgar. She's an amazing parole attorney. She was finally able to. By the way, my dad was denied 4 times or 5 times from being paroled. And that's a whole nother interview. And maybe you want to interview my dad on that, but it was completely nuts. Finally, Ellen Edgar was able to get him released, and we're so grateful to her. She did an amazing job by fighting certain people. And then Tom Nolan, he was with Latham Watkins, now his own practice. He's been advocating for my dad since 2018. So really, Tom Nolan and Ellen Eggers. That was the turning point. And 2020, I appreciated that 2020 aired my dad's case, but we didn't have Tom Nolan, the attorney, before that 2020. But it was the 2020 that actually attracted Tom Nolan enough for him to advocate for me and us pro bono, which these lawyers
Oh,
do not
man.
want to work for
Yeah.
free.
You don't wanna work for
They don't
free.
want to work for free. Okay.
But
So
he knew
everybody's
he
about the
had
money.
something. He knew he had something.
Oh, he
Yeah.
knew that this was all wrong. That this and it just weighed on his conscience. I mean, yes, he's a multi-million-dollar, high-profile, super 100 attorney, but he saw something in this case where he just had to keep going.
But
So
you know
I am
what?
very appreciative to him.
How has your dad's just been home for a little over 30 some odd days. How tell me what it's like now with your dad home and you together again. I see you
It's
smiling, so I
very
know it's all
surreal.
good.
It is no, I mean, it is. It's just very surreal,
Yeah.
So you kind of you miss 25 years, so you can't just catch up in 5 minutes.
No.
You don't
Right.
understand each other other than the phone calls, but the phone calls for 25 years were based on getting him out. It
Right,
wasn't
right.
based on, oh, hey, how you doing? It was
Right.
like
Or who are
get to
you?
the
Or
mission.
yeah, how are you growing and that sort of thing.
You got to be you are definitely a strong woman because 25 years and never giving up hope, and then somebody saw that this was injustice. What's your next step?
Well, there was a few attorneys that saw that they just couldn't deliver.
Right.
And then everybody was afraid of this one guy who was supposedly a high profile attorney, so nobody really wanted to battle him. So that's really the bottom line. A lot of people are very tight knit in that industry, and they don't want to cross that other high profile attorney.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's amazing. Well, I'm so excited that it worked out for you, and I'm excited to have you a part of the Andre the Beast Crayton show. If you are looking, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I want to have you back. We got to have you back again so that we can kind of do the part 2 to this, just to
In the
follow the
part 3,
journey.
talk to the dad. Because I mean,
Yes, I would love for you to talk to my dad.
Yeah. So we'll give him some
And
time.
I'd even get the attorney on too. If I could get Tom Nolan
That would be
talk
If
about
he would
his
be willing to do it.
4 or
because
5 years.
the reality is, you said something that was profound. This happens more times than we care to imagine. And it's only those occasional wins that we get to hear about. Whereas a lot of still very innocent people are sitting
still
incarcerated.
They are there. They are there without the financial means or the contacts or the wherewithal to keep at it, they will still be there, and some will die there. And
I
my
gotta
dad
ask this
almost did die
question
there.
too. I gotta ask this question. She bought something up. What's the situation with the lady that ran over the kids? I didn't hear about
Well,
that.
I don't mind mentioning names on that because it really bothers me. I'm gonna just tell
Mention
you.
the names.
It's like, just Google Rebecca Grossman, and that's all I need you to do. Now, it's tragic. She's able to run over the 2 kids. They kept delaying. This is going on 2.5 years now.
And she's
These
not
poor parents.
incarcerated while they're delaying.
No, she is not. Okay, she has found. Wait, the one attorney got sick, so now she had to hire a new firm, and then now they're going back and forth on discoveries and all these BS reasons why the trial can't be had. But finally, and then she tried to get the whole case thrown out. By the way, that's what money can do.
Yes.
I would have been appalled if the whole case was thrown out, because honestly, the lady did in fact run over the kids. We cannot refute that,
Right.
Not only did she run them over, but she kept going with one of them. So these are
No.
facts.
You
These are
Googled it?
facts. She is still not behind
It says it
bars.
right here. Rebecca Grossman charged with fatally striking 2 boys and fleeing the scene in 2020. Her trial is set to begin July 5th.
Wow.
Okay, but when did this happen? In
It
2020,
happened
right?
in 2020. Yes.
Okay. Now
3 years.
can we just go back to the fact that if I accidentally ran over 2 kids, that we would not be on this phone right now?
Oh, absolutely. No, you would have been incarcerated with no bond. You can forget it.
Exactly.
We could have been talking. It just been a collect call, sister.
Yeah.
It'd have been a collect call. But they're thinking this is
Yep.
going to be a 6 week trial, and her legal team can bring up to 7 expert witnesses. And wow, they're hoping it'll be less. They're talking about, yeah, because she was driving at excessive speeds when she hit, and the kids were only 11 and 8, and they were crossing the street in a marked crosswalk.
They were in the crosswalk, yes.
And she
Yes,
only
you know,
stopped when her engine cut off.
Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my
That was
God.
driving.
And
Now,
she-
does
Again,
does
it
she
just
live in your
bothers me. The
neighborhood?
system, she used to. She does not live in my neighborhood anymore for the obvious reasons.
Right.
But she does live close enough by, and I just think that it's this is indicative of what the system looks like. Okay, her husband is very well to do, can afford to do as many legal crafty maneuvers as possible, as money can buy.
And it looks like here they're trying to say that she was overcharged, and they're trying to put culpability on Westlake Village versus her, claiming
That's really
that
insane.
the site of the
Okay,
crash was known to be dangerous. That's where they. That's what but even if it
well,
was
I'm going to tell
dangerous,
you,
even
it
if
is
it was
not dangerous over there.
but even if it was, the fact that you didn't stop.
Until your
Yes, to
car
call
lights went
911.
on.
Could you stop and call 911 or an ambulance to say I
Or
did
try to
something
help
horrific?
the kids.
I need to help these
She was
kids.
probably under the influence, and I said that you didn't. We don't want you in trouble, but
So-
I can take a hit.
So-
I'm not saying that, but it's in the records. You know, it is
I
what
know
it is.
what it is.
So how
yeah.
are you protecting yourself from backlash and your dad before we wrap up? How are you guys staying safe? You know, because right now you're taking on
You're about to
taking
scare
on a
me.
mission. Yeah, you're taking on a mission right now to advocate, you know,
Well, I've been doing that for 25
misrepresentation,
years.
corruption.
You know,
You've been doing it for 25 years.
well, that's a good question, and I really have to think that out. But to me, the truth is the truth. The truth will set you free. I have nothing to be worried about unless someone's going to be trying to shut me up, which is very hard. I haven't been shut up in 26 years, so
Yeah.
that'd be very difficult to do.
No sense in doing it now. Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, this is great. Well, we wish you the best. And thank you so much for taking your time today just to spend a little bit with the Andre the Beast Crayton Show. And I'm your host, Yolanda M. Smith. And this has been another episode
of the Andre the Beast Crayton